Morning guys, day 3, we're back in the kitchen. It's time to get these units in now. We did have one minor issue and it was on me and it was my mistake. It was only a minor issue. When we did the electrics yesterday, I didn't look at the fuse board to see how the boiler was plumbed in, because I'll show you what it is. All right, so as you can see, this is one room and the washing machine and the boiler are actually out here in this room. So in this room here is a washing machine and the boiler is in that cupboard. Now as you can see, it is working. But what we've done, when we were rewiring, I didn't take that into account, and it was a 5-minute fix, and it's one socket out there. That one socket does everything out there, does the washing machine, the boiler, and that's about it. So it was an easy fix. We found the cables that link it in and we've rewired it, which is why there's a hole in the ceiling for the minute, which we're going to patch up in a minute. But yeah, so that's all sorted out. It was a minor issue. It was on me. Concentrate on the kitchen, didn't take that room into account. It's not the end of the world, but it is what it is. We've got it resolved. That's now on a spur on its own, so that's all sorted out. So we're back up and running. So now today we can concentrate on getting all these base units in. My new hole cutters came last night, so one of my first jobs is going to be make sure that's all, put all this back where it should be, make sure it's all level, get that one back in where it needs to be, get the holes cut in that unit, get that one in, and then get all these secured together. And then we will work on these two larder units that go in this section. So that's the plan. Let's get stuck in. Okay, as you can see, we've managed to get the larder units in the room and we've had a bit of a sort out. They're not in. We've started getting the wiring through, but we've got to disconnect the wires and pull 2 more cables through there yet, which is the ring main. And they have to be split between the 2 holes. And then there's a bridging wire that continues the ring main. So we'll get on that in a minute. I'm just trying to get this corner in at the moment. Pretty much there. So we've started to have a clear out in here now, starting to get rid of some of the tools that we don't need, just to give us a bit more space. So typical standard Howdens corner post, done with 2, if you can see them, 2 white pegs, 2 little white blocks that screw to the inner wall. This is an 18mm panel, this one. So I like to use a space plug just to set that distance, so it's pretty square. These walls aren't square and they're having stone worktops. So when you're doing this and you're having stone worktops, you don't have to worry about whether that corner's square. You just put the units and you butt them to the wall. And then if it's out of square, the stone blokes will scribe that in and you'll never know. That way the worktop stays the exact same width all the way around. The only time you need to worry about whether it's square or not is when you're dealing with like your worktop, your compact laminate worktops and your standard laminate worktops. Because obviously then you want to try and keep them as square as possible, but it does make scribing them a little bit harder when the walls aren't true. But we don't have to worry about that because we ain't the ones doing the worktops. But anyway, so I've got a couple of 100mm screws going through. That's all lovely and clamped and solid. That decor panel, we've just cut it the same height as the cabinets because we're going to sail our plinth through. There's a decor panel there purely just to push it over enough so that that corner lines up. That's the only reason for it. That's where Wren have an advantage, because Wren, you make your own corner post out of a board, which in this sort of situation actually works to your favour, because then you can set them so that they're even sizes either way, and you can just move that to wherever you want and centre it to whatever needs centering. Whereas with Howdens ones, they're pre-made. And I do like the pre-made ones to give a nice finish because they're rounded and they do look better. But as you can imagine, it does then start having to put panels in and stuff like that. So that is the only disadvantage with Howdens when it comes to their corners. Wren do have a better system. And it isn't just Wren, I think Magnets do the same thing as well. But anyway, I digress. So that all looks lovely in there now. We've got our water meter through the back, our waste, outside tap is in the corner over there, as you can see. Our hot and cold and our stopcock is all in place. So that gives us all, just keeps it all nice and tidy, minimal intrusion into the cabinet, and just looks much tidier. We will plumb all that in at a later date. So we're just going to now concentrate. We're good up until this unit, so we now need to level and secure that one, level and secure that one. We've got a decor panel that goes on that one, so that will then be lifted and leveled, decor panel fitted, so on and so forth. All looking like we're getting somewhere. Day 2, no, this is our 3rd day, isn't it? Because we had the rip out. So yeah, we're not doing badly. I mean, I'd like to be a bit further ahead. We have got to do some making good on these walls as well, and we've still got the ceiling to patch up, but once I'm out of this corner and these larders are done, Ricky can jump up there, get the ceilings patched up. See you in a bit, guys. So Ricky's just sheeted up all of the all the units, so you can uni-bond all this up. We've pulled, this was the under counter lighting, and it wasn't a switch here, this was just tiled over for some stupid reason. So what we've done is we've pulled the wires back out, coiled them up the top there. So this is the switched wire, it goes to the switch by the fridge, and this is the live. And what we do is we put all our transformers on top of the units, drop the cables down the back and put our LEDs around the bottom, and then that'll just be all connected up above the units, out of sight, out of mind, so you can all get to it. So I'm just here now trying to get this larder unit in. I've taken the back out where the oven's going to go, because obviously we've got the gas pipe in there and we've got cables and that in there, and I'm just clipping, just putting the decor panel on. Now I like, so I've got another unit behind me. See, what I like doing, I like to sail my plinths all the way through. I don't like the decor panels going to the floor and breaking the plinth. It looks awful, it just breaks the lines up. So the plinths are 2.7. It's 2.7 to this architrave, and we've got 2.75 to play with, so we've got enough length. There will be a bit of filler panel in there anyway, which will make that even smaller, because that's not 300, it's less than, it's more than 300 at the minute. So when the 300 goes in and the decor panel will go to the floor, that will shorten that run underneath there, shorten that whole run from there to there. So I'm not worried about that. So what I'm doing, I've put a level on the bottom, as you can see. I've clamped it to that unit, because it's they are pretty level. And I've clamped the decor panel to this unit, and I've screwed it there. I'm going to do the same distance there using my sliding rule. So I've got my sliding rule here. This has been set to the distance I need, so I can put it there like so, make sure that distance is the correct distance back. Screw there, screw down the back there. That panel is then attached to this, and then I can then level this correctly and do the exact same again, but on the opposite side, to set that panel out. These panels are the exact size they should be, because Howdens don't allow for scribes, unfortunately. But we've got wall units up there, and that's all being tiled, so if there is a gap there, you're not going to notice it by the time it's tiled. So let me just get this one finished attached, and then we can level this unit, and I'll show you how it looks. Okay, so this decor panel now is secured to this side. That gap is perfect, so that is now plumb to this. This was pretty level anyway, as you can see by how good the line is. So all we've got to do now is just do the final tweaks with my sliding rule, make sure that distance is right, screw that together, screw that to that, couple of L brackets here just to screw it to the wall, stop it from wobbling around. Happy days, and then that'll be that done. And then we're going to put masking tape up the side here and mask this up, make sure it's all protected, so that we can do our repairs that we need to do around it, and then we can crack on. But looking good. Ricky's flying around with the Unibond as we speak. Really nice. So let's get this decor panel on this unit, double check our levels, and then we can get the one that's in behind me in, and then that's another job done. There you go, we've got a nice little L bracket now, that's securing that in. So now I can get these electrics put into their boxes. Get the back box on for the oven. Back box on there, fuse spur, leave the fuse spurs off, because one's going to control that, and then there's one down here for the hob ignition. So pretty straightforward. Get those electrics put back in properly, and then we can then get this unit in and get the oven in, get it connected, get my working oven. Just silly little bits and pieces, but it all adds up. So we've now got the extractor and the hob. Excuse my poor handwriting. When you're trying to work in there like that, it's a bit tricky. So we've just got the oven left to do, and obviously the oven, I will get the oven in, thread the wire up, pull it through and do the connection then. Oven's ready to go in there basically. We've made safe the extractor fan connection, that will stay like that now, which is way goed up. And then we're going to put a single socket in the back there on a plasterboard pattress, just so they can plug the hob in. That way then it doesn't interfere with the drawers and everything like that. So Ricky's going to get back box for me at the van, so he's going to crack on with that. I'm going to level that 300 unit up and get that one in. Once that's in and secured, we can throw the oven in, get it connected and get them a working oven. And then we've got a filler panel that side. And then we can throw wall units along now to there. They can be done. And then we've got dishwasher, decor panel, filler panel, or breakfast bar panel, little wine rack, couple of decor panels. Pretty straightforward, guys, really. We're getting there. We're getting there slowly, progressing, as they say. Ricky's uni-bonded all the walls up, so once he's done this, once his back box is in, we can start looking at getting some bonding knocked up, fill up what needs filling up, and make good the walls. See you in a bit. So, I think we've done well today. Got most of the electrics finished now, all bar putting the face plates on, which isn't a major issue. We've made good all the walls now. So all the walls are now looking much better. Patched up, so ready for tiling. I know ideally I would have done it before the units went in, but it is what it is. We've protected everything. It's all nice and clean. They have a working oven. They just need to set the time. You've got an oven, extractor and hob, they're all done. All these units are in and done. So we just got to do the filler panel down there. Now I'm running an R-in because the architrave's in the way. So what I might do is carefully take the architrave off, do the filler and then just trim the architrave to fit back in. That way then we're not trying to cut around the architrave, which I think will look terrible. So that'll be a job for tomorrow. Looking at the plinths can go on this side, pretty much. We do one full plinth through there. Once that's done, we can throw all these doors on, drawer fronts on tomorrow. We can get the dishwasher in there tomorrow. So the dishwasher in there tomorrow. Filler panel, a decor panel, a breakfast bar back panel with the sockets and that in. The little wine cooler are a reinforced metal support because they're having stone and it's quite a long stretch. It's got to have a metal support along the front. The back will be supported and it'll be supported at the front. So we'll have all that done tomorrow. All the doors and drawers on, and possibly make a start throwing some wall units up. So the wall units will start from there, come this way, do that piece up there, and then come this way. We'll see how things pan out. So come back tomorrow, check us out, guys. The videos are being a bit short at the moment. That's because I'm trying to do too much. I'm running around. I've got a job after this I've got to go and look at as well. So I've got to do that. I did a job last night. So we're leaving a little bit early each day to try and get these other jobs done that clients are pestering me for. But it is what it is. We've got to get it done. So anyway, don't forget, guys, like, share, follow, subscribe to the YouTube channel. And we will see you bright and early tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.